Hey everybody, and welcome back to 6 Ages, Ride Like the Wind. We're pretty low on goods right now, but we have a decent food stockpile, half a year of food. Now, is that good or not? I don't know. I'm going to say it's good because it's not one season, but we haven't even put our food in the ground yet. Getting lots of warnings from our people that we need more goats, we need more herd animals. So eventually maybe we want to perhaps do something about that, but to buy more herd animals we need goods. As always, we've kind of been struggling with the need for goods. So what will I do? First of all, I'm going to spend some of those goods. Those goods we don't have, we're going to spend. Because I have 14 swordsmen, and according to my good buddy Zakorda here, we could use more warriors. So you know what? Let's see if we can grab a few more. Let's see if we can just grab a few. And that takes us down to a whole 0 goods. So it's not great, but you know what? Maybe we can do a raid this year and get some goods. Who knows? Your patrols intercept 6 members of the Eyes of Gold clan on your lands with 6 stolen horses. Unlike honest raiders who take livestock openly by force of arms. Okay, so raiding is an honest pastime. These rustlers stole the horses by stealth. At first you assume that the horses are yours, but when you check the brands, you see they're taken from the Tricorn clan. Options are let them continue on their way, ransom the horse thieves back to their clan, send them on their way keeping the horses, or take them and the horses to the Tricorns. Well, can we just remind ourselves who Eyes of Gold, they owe us a favor and they hate us. Tricorns, they accept the Sinala revelation, so we should be in league with them. The Eyes of Gold, they hate us and they reject the Sinala revelation. No, we don't like you, Eyes of Gold. Get out of here. Take them and the horses to the Tricorns. If we let them get away with this, they'll come back for our goats. Which do we need most? Do we need to get in good with? The Tricorns or the Eyes of Gold? Ransom them back for cows. Send them on their way keeping the horses. The horses don't belong to them and they are on our land. We can argue that they are now our rightful property. Tricorns are tougher than the Eyes of Gold. Horse raiding is honorable, open, and may be bragged about on your honor belt. Horse theft by treacherous stealth must not be endured. Okay, yep, we're taking them to the Tricorns. Sending our most diplomatic person. Our most diplomatic person that's not on the council. Yade. I will send an escort with you. Because Eyes of Gold may not like it very much. Mood minus. Why did we get mood minus? The Tricorns thanked us for doing more than was expected. They executed the thieves on the spot. Why didn't people like that? Like, most of the council voted for it, but the people didn't like it. Mood minus. Although we have sent out our herd raiders, it has been too many years since we last sent our warriors on a full raid. All the swords in the valley, or all the clans in the valley, are calling us afraid to fight. Our swords grit their teeth. Alright, well, is it time? Yep. The food's in the ground, ripening up without our help. So, you know what, Zakorda? Maybe you get your chance. We didn't put any points in war magic, so that's probably a bad idea, but somehow we've jumped up to 25 goods, though. We'll do a full raid, sure. The Porganosi are the weakest of the nearby clans. Oh yeah, there you go, Porganosi. Our crops can grow while we raid if we choose to. The Grey Wings helped us out and would be angered if we raided them. We don't know the fire arrow blessing, so skirmishing won't be as effective. The Urchakai are the weakest of the nearby clans. And the Grey Wings helped us, so we shouldn't raid them. So the Urchakai or the Porganosi. What can I know about these people? And where are they? Well, there's the Urchakar, and I'm assuming that the Urchakar is the same as the Urchakai. Can I get more information about them? Close descendants to Elmal, their chief is Heston, and they keep slaves, but they're a chariot clan. The Porganosi, known for hurling javelins in combat, their chief is Arnbord. They keep slaves, and they're rams, and the rams are kind of not our friends right now, so I don't need to call on an alliance, I don't think. I mean, I could, but who might respond? Let's send basically everybody, because we are not so great at this warring thing. Let's leave some people behind in reserve, just a handful. And do I want to call on an alliance? Favors due? Eyes of Gold? You know what, Eyes of Gold? Will you accept? Oh, they reject the Sinala revelation. But you guys owe us a favor, so will you accept? The Eyes of Gold sent 20 warriors. We eluded the Porganosi patrols, and our 14 swords and 100 bowmen are facing only 62 spearmen. Zakorda was glad that their force was weaker. Still, victory would be up to the gods. Let's put a point in magic. Let's plunder them. We don't need to kill them. Let's just plunder. I mean, we really outnumber them. They have 0 elite soldiers. Well, we put a point in magic, so let's use a magic. Let's get our horses to fight with us. Do we agree to parlay? No. Let's do it again then. As our priests completed the ritual, the hooves of our horses began to spark as they pranced about, ready to attack. As we performed our ritual, so did the Porganosi. The wind picked up. Our archers cursed it. Well, good thing we weren't gonna skirmish. Let's just charge them. Well, let's maneuver them. No need getting in a rush. The Porganosi outmaneuvered us, forcing us to attack them from the bottom of a low rise. That's not great. Let's press the attack. There we go. Push them back. They tried to fight cleverly, but were not clever enough. We gained the upper hand. Zakorda said that only the gods could say for sure, but our fighting skills seemed better than theirs. Let's just continue to press the attack. Oh, they pushed us back. They formed a shield wall and slowly pushed forward. Let's wait for opportunities. All right, Zakorda. As you fight the Porganosi, you hear a din from the other side of the battlefield. A group of warriors from the Earthling clan charges forward towards your foes, swords and spears poised to attack them. The two clans are neighbors, not good ones from the look of it. The Earthlings must have seen you headed here, mustered, and gone around the other way to flank the Porganosi. Zakorda recalls glimpsing a scouting party. That must have been them. What action does Zakorda command? Call Elmal's blessing upon them? Strike them as they lead a strike, or support them as they lead a strike. Hit as hard as they do. Strive to outdo them, or wave them off. No, let's support them. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though the Earthlings have raided us many times. Ooh, the Porganosi took advantage of this, concentrating their efforts on the Earthlings. We still got pushed back a little bit, it seems like. Press the attack. There we go, there we go. Really taking out. We broke their shield wall and gained advantage as they had to regroup. We gained the upper hand. Press the attack. We're on the defense. We're on the offensive. Keep pressing. We broke their shield wall and gained advantage as they had to regroup. It was soon over. It was a bitter fight. Their combat magic was stronger than ours, but in the end, it did not matter. We drove the Porganosi from the battlefield and were able to plunder their lands. Our share of the plunder was 34 cows. We took 9 cows worth of loot. We seized the bowl of healing smoke. Due to the prompt healing, our auxiliary saved 2 warriors from dying and healed 5 of the wounded. So we didn't actually lose anybody. We just had a couple wounded. So that's a pretty good deal right there. What reward do you offer the Earthlings as thanks for their crucial intervention? Wealth? Well, we don't have very much wealth. So, you know what, Earthlings? We will do you a favor later. They said it was not necessary, as defeating the Porgnosi clan was its own reward, but they would not insult our noble generosity by refusing. Okay, so we do owe them a favor. Oh, herds minus 14. So we gained herds and we lost herds. Our cattle tenders report that when we sent nearly all our warriors to raid the Porgnosi, the Urchakar clan slipped into our lands and stole 14 cows. Oh, herds minus 35. Our herders report that the Darshame stole 70 goats in a herd raid. They were gone before our patrols could reach them. We can ill afford the loss. Well, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. I mean, we could go after them. We could go to... Who was it? Who took our... The Darshama? We could try to take some back. Though they may be expecting that. Was it the Darshama or the Elchakar? I don't know. Well, we know the Urchakar are pretty low standing. Or low... low defense, low power. We got that message here when we went to war. So we could try to do a herd raid back against them. Yeah, the Urchakai are the weakest nearby clans. The Earthlings are the weakest nearby clans. Well, I don't believe it because the Earthlings have really battered us before. The Urchakar. Alright, let's just send 9 swords and 10 bows for a little bit of a herd raid. Our herd raid was spotted by the Urchakar patrols, and our 9 swords and 10 bows are facing 10 footmen. Socorta was glad that their force was weaker. Still, anything could happen. Alright, I'm not going to spend magic. I'm just going to plunder them. I think we've got... I mean, we've got to... We outnumber them 2 to 1. So let's maneuver. Although the Urchakar tried to hold us off with missile fire, we used the terrain to our advantage and fell on their flanks. Let's press the attack. There we go. It was soon over. We captured 15 cows and 5 horses. And no one was injured at all. The high stallions, who would rather raid rather than toil in the fields, hit the Ruby Gates last season, and the Lastralings just now. Both times they emerged victorious, leaving the field with cows and bushels of barley. Oh, but now we get attacked. Our patrol spotted our herd raid by the Ruby Gates. They have 11 mounted raiders. We met them with 8 swords and 8 bows. Socorta was glad that their force was weaker. Still, the results would be up to the gods. So I am going to put a point in magic for this one. Because we're kind of... sort of even. Let's drive them off. I'm going to try to outmaneuver them. Although the Ruby Gates tried to hold us off with missile fire, we used the terrain to our advantage and fell on their flanks. Alright, well, let's fight fiercely. They tried to fight cleverly, but were not clever enough. It was soon over. We drove the Ruby Gates off, and their survivors left without looting our land. We did have 1 guy wounded, but that's okay. Here we have a very gnarly hand. One of your holy people, Ernost, has been studying the story tent, reaching a surprising conclusion. A particular panel dating from the generation of enemies shows Raven meeting with dwarves. We have always interpreted this to mean an alliance against our ancient enemies, the forces of water. But Ernost has spun on this and come to the conclusion that we submitted to a Raven trick in order to survive. The sharp-beaked spirit convinced us to forget the dwarves committed much worse crimes than us, worse crimes against us than the forces of water. Our ancestors should instead direct their just ire at the dwarves. I mean, should we go to war with an entire people just because one guy or Nost says so? From a remembering of a tapestry? Allow our Nost to awaken the ancestors to this truth. Command our Nost to stop making trouble. Convince our Nost that Raven's trick must never be revealed. Convince our Nost he is mistaken, or tell people if you must, but the dwarves are not our enemies now. Anyone who stares at emblems all day long will find what he wants in them. There you go, Amanai. This will bring the dwarves crashing down on us. Convince our Nost he is mistaken. I've seen a couple saying he's mistaken. Just like a man to treat every idle thought as the sacred bolt from the skies. Highlord did not intend us to blindly follow any grudges. Okay, I'm sorry, Nost, but the council has spoken. It was close, but I don't believe you, Nost. Nost admitted that other emblems on the tent undercut his theory. He promised to describe the discovery as nothing more than an idle possibility. Well, there you go. I mean, if other things did not follow your conclusion, why were you so concerned about it? We have a decent amount of goods. We have a bowl of healing smoke. It aids in curing the sick. Okay. It's time to bring in the harvest and prepare for the cold. So I would love to do some more exploring, but maybe not now because it's so we're gonna get into winter soon. Should I see about shoring up our swordsman? But more, it's not urgent, but more warriors would be helpful. And you want a stake perimeter, but we're trying to save up our goods, dude. Stake perimeter costs 40 goods. Rampart costs 50 goods. Yeah, so the only thing we can afford is a stake perimeter, and right now that's not something I'm willing to spend on. So we could get we could try to get to an even number of 20 swordsmen. I'm not gonna recruit from outside the clans, just our internal people. I don't know what the difference is. Does it tell me? No. Okay, well that's fine. We were able to raise 3 warriors, okay. Brothers of Avetu's husband have come from the Brilliant Hoof clan to inform us that she is pregnant. Will you give a gift? Yes. Well, we're down to 32 herds. Thought we were at 40 before. We must have, 32 goods. We must have spent some somehow. You know what? I'm willing to spend. I'll give you 6 cows worth of goods. It's still late Earth season. What's our food situation like? Three seasons of food? We could send an emissary to some people. I mean, we probably wouldn't send them a lot. We could send to Rubygate or Twinsong. Let's send to Rubygate. They reject the Sonala Revelation, but that's okay. We can still be friends with them. They're close by. We'll send them, we'll send you 6 goods. That's all. We will take a small defensive party. and Parnana, you can go, sure. Go say hi to them. Give them a few goods. Your emissary Parnana nears the Ruby Gate village. She brought 6 cows and goods to offer as a gift. That's right, we're just giving gifts today. We're not doing an alliance because we can't support any more alliances. Mood Plus. We sent Parnana to give goods worth 6 cows to the Ruby Gate clan. Our gifts were graciously received. I believe they are now more favorably disposed towards us. Emissaries from the Brilliant Hoof clan come to request the aid of your vaunted warrior Yatakan in a dangerous mission. Everyone knows that Yatakan enjoys the favor of Elmal. We are assembling a war party to protect the valley from blue-faced river invaders. His help could spell the difference between defeat and victory. Yatakan takes counsel aside to plead for permission to take part. It is my duty, he says. Alright, Yatakan, you say it's your duty. What are our options? Allow it in exchange for gift. Forbid it, persuading Yatakan to adopt a more cautious approach. Amnai says if we don't want Yatakan to go, we can save face by asking for a gift, then refusing it as insufficient. Okay. So you say, hey, give us a gift, and they're like, okay, here's 6 cows. And you're like, no, it'd really be 20 cows. Sorry, no can do. Forbid it. Yatakan will get himself killed if we're not careful. Allow it in exchange for a gift. Allow it in exchange for a gift. I'm seeing 2 gifts. Well, Brilliant Hoof. Let's know about Brilliant Hoofs. They don't sell slaves and they accept the Sinala revelation. We're allied with them. Well, if we're allied with them, I honestly don't think we request a gift because we're allies. So I'm sorry, I'm overruling you on this instance. Ulendis, send Yatakan and only Yatakan. Ulendis, me and you are on the same page. We are going to allow it. How many additional warriors do you send? I mean, you said... I don't think we're on the same page here, sir, about only sending Yatakan. I am going to send a few more people. I'm going to send a lot more people. I'm going to increase this to 5 because that's where I meant to put it. Swords -2, magic +3, goods +25. We must have lost some people. That's unfortunate. Yatakan returned in triumph. The Brilliant Hoofs praised his valor. He took point against the blue-faced river invaders, hewing them to bits. For this determining contribution to the skirmish, we gained the greatest share of the spoils. Our traders praised these various items as being worth 25 cows. Though Yatakan emerged unhurt, 3 of the warriors we sent with him came back injured. The Brilliant Hoofs said they would spread word of Yatakan's great exploit to all the rider clans. Our ancestors blessed us for Yatakan's defeat of their ancient foes. Oh, we're in Dark Season. I didn't even notice we could just look here. The many hours I've been playing this game, I didn't realize we could just look right here for Dark Season. I always went over here. Well, it is Dark Season, so you know what that means. That means just sit by. Let's check out. I mean, those people must have been healed pretty quickly. So, I think we're just gonna hunker because that's what we do in Dark Season. It's a little too dangerous to go out. After 16 years, our pastures are definitely damaged. We have cleared all the land that would be suitable for our herds. It seems too early to pack up and move or divide the clan, so we'll have to think of another way to handle this. Without divine aid, I think it would take a concerted effort over several years. This is serious enough. We could consider writing to the Gods' War and asking Busanari for her help. She will be able to remedy this in the blink of an eye. Emissaries from the Greywing clan appear at your clan boundaries to request that you discharge a favor you owe them. Their chieftain Entars has instructed them to ask for 3 horses. We can ask for more, but we like you. So we owe them a favor? Greywing? I think that's what they're saying. It doesn't say. It doesn't say we owe them a favor, but So the text says we owe them a favor. This says, this doesn't mention a favor, unless I'm completely skipping right over it. Though maybe that's already, maybe this event has already triggered that to be different, this description to be different. Give them what they ask. Give them one less horse than they ask. Give them more than they ask. Offer goods instead. Now is not a good time. It's only 3 horses. That's not too bad. Give them what they ask. Give them what they ask. Give them what they ask. Yeah. So here you go, guys. Here's 3 horses. They thanked us and departed. It's early storm season again. Or I guess it was dark season before. Now it's storm season. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out that magic then. What were you talking about? What ritual for Busanari? Busanari's light finder? Gain a herd of cows, strengthen a quester, gain a treasure, help our pastures. We don't know this sacred story well enough to perform it. So what we would need to do is sacrifice to Busanari, the cow mother. That's what you mean, right? We would have to sacrifice, I think. If we knew her story better, Busanari could help our herds. Okay. So yeah, let's sacrifice a little bit to Busanari then. We just want to, you know, sacrifice for mysteries. And how many goods or what? We should sacrifice at least 6 cows. Twice as much or more would be better. I mean, we wouldn't sacrifice cows for the cow mother. We're going to sacrifice goods worth of cows. Because I don't think the cow mother wants us to kill cows. So 6 goods. Here you go, 6 goods. Busanari, here you go. Busanari unveiled the mysteries of her milk blessing. And, of course, we get raided. Raided during the winter time. That's different. We were being raided by the Burmarnings. They are 118 of them. They slipped past our patrols and we could raise only 10 swords and 51 of our bows. That's a lot, guys. That's an awful lot. Let's just survive, please. I'm gonna put a fair number of points in magic on this one. And maybe they will parlay with us. I mean, can we offer a parlay? The Burmarnings might have been starting a ritual, but stopped to receive our herald. The Burmarnings have agreed to a short parlay. Security, your war leader, points out that the Burmarning forces are stronger than ours. Offer tribute, conciliate them, threaten them, boast, or taunt them. Conciliate? That's a... I don't really understand the... I mean, I know conciliatory, that's kind of a word, but I don't really know the full definition, so... Offer tribute sounds pretty high. Armada tried to conciliate the Burmarnings, but was shouted down. The emissaries returned to their lines. So we should have tributed. Okay, so... Let's conduct a magic ritual. We're going to need to fire up our forces, I think. As our priests completed the ritual, our warriors felt a warm glow as if they had drunk deeply of kumis, but focused on victory. Okay, we need to maneuver. As we began to maneuver our forces, the Burmarnings shifted some of theirs into reserve, and we had to quickly adjust. Let's fight cautiously. Oh, there we go. They fought ferociously, but we gained advantage. The battle began to swing our ways. Accorda said that only the gods could say for sure that our fighting skills seemed better than ours. Our fighting skills seemed better than theirs, however. Well, we've already pushed them so far back. Fight cautiously, take risks to win, fight cleverly, hold your ground, berserk attack, withdraw. Let's just fight cleverly. There we go. We tricked them into committing their reserve forces to no particular advantage. It was soon over. That was amazing. We drove the Bombardings off and we're happy to have survived the battle. Yes, we definitely were. Very happy at that. We still cannot do Bolsonaro's thing. Can we sacrifice again, or is that too much? It's probably too much. I just want to gather some info here. We can calf blessing increase the fertility of our cows, or we can change this to milk blessing, increase the yield of our cows. I think we want more cows. So you say we should try to build a shrine to Relendar. Who's Relendar? A wise leader and teacher? We don't know all of Elmal's blessings? Well, yes, I know, but we're not a warrior clan. I think we just hole up. I think we just hunker down like we always do. Guys? What is it, some orcs? The trolls. They look pretty wounded. One of your herders spotted trolls in your wildlands. They were wounded, but by who or what, he couldn't say. Any single troll is more than a match for 3 strong warriors, but if they're hurt, those odds surely change. I mean, we... Ask them who attacked them. Attack them. Conduct a divination to find out what attacked them. Offer them healing, or do nothing. I like to think that we help our enemies even when they're our enemies. I haven't really done much against the trolls. I think they may have raided us one time in the last 20 years. There's a couple attack, there's a couple do nothings. Offer them healing. Ulendis, you and I are on board recently because I'm overruling the clan and going with you, my dude. Healing them should be a simple matter if they let us. Please let us help you, trolls. Who to send the offer? Diplomacy, very good. I'm sending Zakorda because if something bad happens, he's at high combat level and he could defend himself. How many warriors do you send? I mean... I don't want to scare them. They said humans were their ancient foes and that the kin would suffer the lashes of offended ancestors if they let us help them. Soon after they died, cursing humanity and promising that their children would devour ours. So, they didn't accept. Well, here's the end of the year 20. And we think the game goes to about year 35 or so, because I've seen someone mention that they were at least able to win the game at year 35. Last year, 29 babies were born. We initiated 22 children as adults. The clan has 15 more people, 2 more head of cattle, and 2 more horses, and we definitely need way more horses. Our crafters produced 54 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 23 cows worth of goods. We spent 12 cows and 24 goods to maintain the shrines. The shaman said that disease spirits would not trouble us in the coming year, and we are known for finding secrets Hyrule left before he died. So we know we definitely want to put a point in pasture, because pasture is bad for us right now. You say ritual magic? I'll put a point in ritual magic, because we got a ton of magic today. Leave some in reserves. I'm going to put a point in fields. I'm going to put a couple points in fields. I'm going to point in crafts because we're always low on crafts. I think that's probably decent. I could put a point in diplomacy. I could put a point in war. But I'll leave 8 magic to the side. We put a point in ritual. I mean, I could put 2 points in ritual. No, just 1. There's a rumor going around that the water sun will rise again. It was shot from the sky by Emperor Lucarius during the War of Many Suns. So this seems unlikely. Avetu's parents are grandparents. Her first child is a girl. No word yet on whether she has the same fire in her eyes as her mother. The happy grandparents prepare a party to visit her. You send gifts. Sure. We'll send you 6 goods. That's as many as we give to the gods, so that you should be you should feel plenty good about that. Clan mood is optimistic. Okay, we need to do a venture. Is there a venture to help our pastures, restore the pastures, counteract overgrazing? I would love to do a clan hall feast. But honestly, Parnana is telling me we need to help the fields. We should complete preparing our clan hall, but that's not what you said. We can try restoring our pastures if we don't want to find Busanari on the other side. Alright, well, you know what, Parnana? You were the deciding factor. You were telling me that we should do the pasture thing, but now Sarissa is all about pastures. So we'll do the clan hall, and maybe we'll try to find Busanari. Let's venture. Let's do clan hall feast, hold an inaugural feast, or clan hall sacrifice. Consecrate the hall with 10 cows. Isn't sacrifice what we want to do before we feast on it? I don't know the order of this. We should complete preparing our clan hall. Yeah, let's consecrate the hall first, and then we can feast in it next year. Bardalor sacrificed a horse, 3 cows, and gold plaques worth 3 cows, then led the priest and the priestess in spinning in the smoke of the 7 seeds. He had a vision of our ancestors presenting our gifts to Elmal, Nyalda, Gamari, and Hyalor. The gods praised their generosity and gave their blessing to the people. Then the ancestors told Bardalor that he would have to ride a treacherous path, but the clan would be remembered forever if he kept to it. Horses plus 8. Ooh. That's nice. We need horses. But something's telling me we may not keep them. You find 8 young horses grazing in your pasture lands. Someone employed trickery to remove their brands, suggesting that thieves stole them, but then lost or abandoned them. Not long after, a Grey Wing delegation shows up at your clan boundary, seeking its lost horses. They are not accusing you of theft, merely saying that you have custody of their horses, which an honest clan would have no choice but to return. They were never your horses. They were once your horses, but they are now legally ours. We will give you the horses if you moderate your tone. We were waiting for you to claim them, my friends. So you want to keep them. You want to keep them. They can have their horses if they treat us nicer. You want to keep them. There's a bunch of keeping them. But the Grey Wings, aren't we? We're allied with them, so... I mean, if we're allied with them, I think we go with, we'll give you the horses if you moderate your tone. Stop mocking us and we'll give you the horses. Horses -8. There you go. They apologize for their brusqueness. In exchange for the horses, they would remember us generously the next time a misunderstanding arose between us. Well, there you go. Does that change the game? I don't even know what team, what clan that was. That's how fast I've forgotten. I've forgotten who they even were just a second ago. That's embarrassing. I cannot check to see. Well, I know who we're allied with. Can we not? Brilliant Hoof. It was Brilliant Hoof, wasn't it? Yep. We're allied with them. Or was it Grey Wing? I don't know. Maybe it was Grey Wing. Whatever. I forget. Don't hold it against me. So, I mean, we can maybe check the saga. The Grey Wing clan. There you go. The Grey Wing clan. So, yeah, that didn't change the relationship at all. Grey Wing. They still mock us. Alright, so I think that's going to be the end of this episode. It's a good health omen, a harmony magic bonus, a foraging bounty, a hunting bounty, and grazing stress. We're trying to deal with the grazing stress, I promise. So we had a little bit of success with some raiding. It wasn't as bad as we thought, and maybe people will mock us a little less now. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.